Good afternoon. I want to talk to you a little bit about financing today. A question I'm often asked is what's the current interest rates? And unfortunately, for the past several years and up to now, it's a question I can't truly answer. There was a point in time where I could just pull up the latest rate sheet via email from a lender and say, as of 10:09 this morning, this is your interest rate. But it has become such a buyer-specific rate. Everyone is going to get quoted differently, 15 minutes apart. And the reason being is there's really five major components that are going to dictate your interest rate. The first is down payment, because that's going to affect, if you're less than 20% down, you're going to have mortgage insurance and then and potentially other nicks against the rate. The second is your credit score, which is pretty obvious, but there's different levels. For instance, we have lenders that will go all the way down to 520, but that's going to be super, super stringent. 580 to 620 is a range for FHA. Again, tightly underwritten and has some challenges like 3 months of reserves and things like that, as well as points. And then the type of loan you have also plays a role, whether you're conventional versus FHA, VA, USDA, or whether you're doing like new construction and doing a construction to perm loan. And then also you have the points. Whether or not you're paying points will help massage your rate. And you can have lender paid points as well. The lender can pay you points if you're willing to trade a slightly higher interest rate for less cash out of pocket. And then the last thing is whether or not you are qualified for first-time homebuyer benefits, because certain programs like PHFA and some current programs that local lenders have, which I hesitate to point out here right now because they could go away tomorrow. But if you qualify for those, and a reminder, almost all programs consider a first-time homebuyer someone who has not owned a home in the last 3 years. So perhaps if you've owned one in the past, you can still qualify for that. So, but picture the interest rate as a pot of soup. You have your down payment, your type of loan, your points, and your buyer status. Those are all the ingredients. But then you have the credit score as the broth. And the higher the credit score, the thicker that soup's going to be, and tastier, et cetera, et cetera. And versus if it's a lower score, it's going to thin out a little bit. So, but all these things come together, so every buyer's going to have a specific interest rate tailored to their needs based on their habits. And so I inserted a link down below that you can click on to get more information about this. You can call me anytime at 717-648-5472. I hope you have a great day.